Koala, fine. Koala, fine.
Hi, I'm Lynn Baker.
I'm Jack Nesbitt.
And Brad Nesbitt, and we are Canines for Wildlife. We're an ecological consultancy business that runs conservation scent detection dogs, mostly focusing on endangered species detection and monitoring. And we're a family unit.
What are we doing today? We're doing a scat survey to see what the activity is like for our local koalas here. See what trees they've been using, and if we can get some fresh material, we'll collect that for genetic analysis. Koala, fine. When the koalas poop, basically, there's skin cells that get left on the outside of the scat, which is like the shiny mucus layer. So in conditions like this, we're looking for the really fresh stuff. So it's like a lime green colour, shiny and a little bit slimy. Max is so experienced now with his koala detection that often he's already picking up koala once we've got out of the car, before we even get to the site. So he knows they're here, but it's more about finding the scats themselves. And so those he can pick up from up to 25, 50 metres in really good conditions. The beauty of the dogs is it allows us to see where the koalas have been in the past. So depending on the conditions, we can see up to a couple of months which trees the koalas have used and how they've moved across the landscape and how they're using the habitat. We're not disturbing the koalas in any way. So we're interacting with the scats they've left behind. To collect genetics from bloods, for example, or tissue samples can be really stressful for koalas. To either get them out of trees or to trap them. Being able to sample them in a non-invasive way is really positive. Koalas are looking for a very specific element of those trees, and their sense of smell is so incredible that they can discern which trees have more toxin or more protein, and so they're looking for the trees that have the most protein and the smallest amount of toxin. And so even trees in the same species can have differing amounts of these toxins and proteins, and so the koalas themselves kind of tell us which trees are the best. Hey, isn't that right? He's a good boy. So you can see there he came back and got us, and he's picked up odour here, so you can see that behaviour as he moves back and forth in and out of the odour cone. And you can see how excited he's getting. So this is some of the behaviour that we look for, and then this is an indication. So this is him telling me that he's found something. Wait. Oh, sneezes. Where? You can see this one here is really nice and fresh and still slimy. This shiny layer on the outside is what we're trying to protect. So that's where the DNA material is. That's about what we would normally collect as a genetic sample. The data can tell us a huge amount, basically. So it gives each koala an individual fingerprint, so we can identify individuals, tells us about their disease status and their relatedness to one another and the health of the population as a whole genetically. This is the information that has come back from the genetic analysis, and so these are all of the samples these are all individual koalas. The minimum population size for koalas in this area is about 140. So if we get any breaks in this forest and populations become isolated, they then drop below that minimum viable size and so then become threatened as a population. So even just losing one of these connections and losing one koala, and especially a breeding female, can have quite a big impact to reducing the future of koalas in that area. Here are areas that are managed by State Forest and are open for logging, and some of these sections are being logged at the moment. These coastal forests can be quite prone to bushfire, and likewise coming down from the mountains. And so having these connections gives the koala somewhere to go when we have these really terrible conditions. So if we have a fire coming from one side, it gives them somewhere to move, but when we create these barriers and these breakages, one fire can be enough to wipe out koalas if it is particularly severe. And so maintaining these connections to be able to give them somewhere to go and some refuge.
I think what we hope is that the data that we provide to our environment managers, the government and non-government organisations and our clients help them to make better informed decisions and ultimately assist in securing a sort of a healthy environment for our native wildlife into the future.